Hello everyone, welcome to Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. While I wimped out today, I have to take Marcel to take Charlie to the health center for his last round of shots, and then we have to go get fish and chicken feed, and any excuse is a good one, because the blisters on my hands are not fun. I thought that it actually cut that, huh? I thought I stepped on something out there and he cut his foot yesterday. So Rainiel and Ronmar are also healing up today. Yeah, and I'll probably be down here this afternoon as well. But Nerio has stepped in and stepped up. Well, we have to get water too, Tata. Do you need water?
What?
Your containers? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No water.
You have no water, or you need no water?
No water for the dinner.
I don't understand.
Drink water?
Yeah, the large container. Do you need? We're going to get water. We're going to refill the bottles.
Gina in the top or?
I haven't seen her this morning. No, I have no idea where Gina is. All right, well, we're getting there. Ronmar and Rainiel have come back. So how much more do you think we should put on this, Tate? Or is this enough, or level with the wood? With the bamboo? Okay. So what do you think, Tata? Has it stopped leaking?
Stop leaking.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
No leak.
Tata, what is that? Show me your foot. Let me see. That's your idea of a bandage, Tata, huh? What is that? Electrical tape?
Duct tape and electrical.
Duct and electrical tape. Oh my God, Tata. I thought I was hard-headed. All right, well, Marcel and I finally got all our things we had to get done this morning. Went to the Barangay Health Center, went and got feed. Went to check on the shipping for the tilapia fry. And now it's back at it on this here. You know, Tata and I have been discussing spillways and for this pond. And I just had the idea, rather than forcing the water through two narrow spillways, 1 meter wide each or 1.5 meters wide each, I was thinking, why not make this whole levee the spillway and just put a net on the back side here. The posts are here already. We could put a round piece of round wood on the top of these posts and just put the net down in the mud a bit, and that way this whole thing would be the spillway. And if the whole thing's the spillway, there wouldn't be a large torrent of water in any one place, and it wouldn't wash it away. especially if there was grass growing on the top of it. The grass would hold it in, and this is the way this is turning out. This is going to be just a large flat levee rather than a, I guess you would say, rather than a pyramid shaped or a dome shaped. And Tatai seems to think that's an okay idea too, so perhaps we'll do it just that way. It started to sprinkle a little bit. I was going to feed the fish, but I don't know if I need to go look at the radar and see how much rain, or if we're actually going to get any real rain, and if so, how much. Because I would like to fill this pond to capacity. All right, we've decided to halt here. As an example, that's one of the posts that Tatai used, what he's holding there next to the one that's driven into the ground. So they're in the ground almost 3 feet, the anchor post for this, but it's hard to see from this angle. I'll go to the end so that you can clearly see. It's bowing out. It'll fail if we keep at it. They put the 3 buckets of dirt here, and you can see from yesterday where it was already compacted a little, because it's shifting that way. It's opened this little crack here, and it goes all the way back here, and the same thing against that side, just because the wall itself is being pushed out, and it will eventually fail if we just keep at it. So despite Tatai's best effort to really set these posts deep in the ground, and he did, I would have thought almost 3 feet would be enough. But you can see from this angle the problem we're having here, especially that end. It's really, this would be a straight line right about here, and you can see it's bowed out, maybe even 6 inches in parts, and there's a slight bow on this end as well. That's why we didn't go any higher than this yesterday, because we noticed it bowing out. Now, we were using really, really wet mud here, and Tatai changed that by using mud that wasn't quite so wet down on that far end, but it's the weight. The weight of this mud is just incredibly heavy, and the lateral pressure is just pushing that wall down. So what the guys are going to do the rest of today is go get some more posts, and that means chop down some trees over on the other side of the plateau and around the plateau, and we're going to do a little bit of bracing. As you can see, the mud we used yesterday was so wet it was actually coming out underneath the tarp. Even though I had pushed it down with my feet and put mud on top of it, it still pushed it out. Now you notice that did not happen down on the far end, because Tatai started using mud that wasn't quite so wet. There's nothing escaping from underneath the tarp. It was only on this end where we were using the really soppy mud. I was just going to say, if there was water in this side, there wouldn't be a problem. It would have equalized pressure against it, but there isn't. So we're just going to hold off. I don't know how many Tatai wants to put up, maybe 6 or so braces. That end down there probably only needs a couple. I I don't think it'll bow out much more than it already is. But this one, since this one has already started and it's got the really wet mud in it, probably need a brace on every upright post, because we got a lot of mud still to put in there. So they're going to go get posts, and we'll continue this tomorrow. Hopefully we don't get any torrential rain tonight and tomorrow, because now we have no drain. There's no overflow drain, and we're about 8 inches from overtopping. Now what Tata and I decided to do is that we're just going to use the whole thing as a spillway and just put net up. But that would, in order to use the whole thing for a spillway, it would have to be much less saturated than it is. And if it had grass on top of it, that would even be mo better, because it would not allow any erosion. The way it is right now, what I'm thinking right now is that if this overtopped and it saturated this mud here further, the whole thing's going to fail with that extra added weight from the water. So while rain is always a good thing, and we spent many a day praying for it, hopefully it'll hold off for another 48 hours. One way or another, we'll get it done. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.